Certain weapon classes in Elden Ring will make you feel a certain type of way. If you want to feel like an agile assassin, you may pick up a dagger. Or maybe you want to feel like a speedy samurai and you choose a katana. However, if you want to know what it feels like to be a true warrior in this game, I say look no further than the Great Axes. There are a total of 11 Great Axes in the lands between, and I'm going to be showcasing each and every one. Not just for me, and not just for you, but for our boy, Horaloo. And the first Great Axe of the day is the Great Axe, with Heavy Affinity and Barbaric Roar. As for the moveset, you know, you got the nice chop, 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 and chop light attack string. Then the normal heavy attacks are a slash, and then a overhead chop. Then you have the jumping light, then the jumping heavy, the running light, running heavy, rolling attack, backstep attack. Wait, what the hell? I'm curious if this is the backstep attack for all Great Axes, because it's kind of sick. Oh yeah, and then Barbaric Roar, which is the original Ash of War that actually comes on this weapon, which gives you enhanced heavy attacks, and they look like this. Now let's see who's gonna catch this work first. Who is this? Dark, hello. Got the Lucerne, a fine choice. Oh wait, why don't I have Bow on? Why do I have this? Oh my god. Oh. What the hell? Wait, what? What the? What? Wait, what is going on? Let's go, baby. This fight is hype. I love Elden Ring's netcode. This is beautiful. Hey, Dark, I don't even know what to say besides GG. Okay, regardless of how weird that fight was, we are starting off very, very strong here with the normal Great Axe. And this weapon feels very, very quick for the amount of damage that you can get out of it. And you can get this weapon very early game if you just head to the Waypoint Ruins in Limgrave. There will be a caravan that is being pulled by 2 trolls. And in the back of that caravan, you can find the Great Axe. Moving on to Great Axe number 2. This is actually a weapon that I see people talk about quite a bit. It is the Crescent Moon Axe. I'm going with Cold Affinity and Spinning Slash. But there really does seem to be a lot of Crescent Moon Axe enjoyers, and I totally understand why. Because this weapon's heavy attack string is very, very good. You get these insanely wide swing arcs. And there is one other Great Axe that we'll get to that does have that same heavy attack string. But in terms of the rest of the moveset, it is just basic. I want to see if I can land an uncharged heavy into Spinning Slash. I feel like it could blend together pretty well. I'm not sure though. Okay, I can feel a little bit of lag. There's a hit. There's the frost buildup. Oh, good fight, Thomas. Oh man, look at that dagger sticking out of my shoulder. That looks a little bit rough. All right, even though I didn't hit the specific combo that I wanted to, good range, good damage, good frost buildup. Spinning Slash feels incredibly strong on this weapon, but when does Spinning Slash not feel strong? Oh yeah, and this weapon has a 4% chance to drop from the exiled soldiers that wield it, and you can find quite a few of them in Stormvale Castle, specifically near the Rampart Tower side of Grace, as well as the Limgrave Tower Bridge side of Grace. Now, moving on to a Great Axe that is a bit more rare than the last two. Here I have the Longhaft Axe. I have Heavy Affinity, and for my Ash of War, I'm going with Earthshaker. And in terms of the moveset, there is nothing unique at all about this axe. And I'm not totally sure if this is still the case, because Hyper Armor and Poise and all that has changed so much. But this Great Axe, when compared to the rest of the Great Axes, gets more Hyper Armor on its attacks when two-handed, so that's kind of cool. Oh, and for all you guys who are not familiar with Earthshaker, here's what it looks like. And I would sit here and call Earthshaker an underrated Ash of War. Oh, look. It's somebody using the Crescent Moon Axe. Nice. But no, I would call it underrated, except it kind of just gets outshined by like Golden Land and Waves of Darkness, which are basically just improved versions of it. However, don't get it twisted, because Earthshaker can definitely be strong, especially for hyper armor trading like that. Oh wait, dude, I totally forgot that this Ash of War has a heavy attack follow-up after the Shockwave. I probably could have finished him off there. Good fight, Magos. I really don't know what it is about Earthshaker and Golden Land and like Waves of Darkness, but I always forget about the heavy attack follow-up, so my bad. But hey, just the first part of the Ash of War did 1100 damage. That is kind of absurd. Just no complaints about the axe, no complaints about the Ash of War, just no complaints at all. And I did mention earlier that this is one of the rarer great axes. It has only a 2% chance to drop from the misbegotten enemies that wield it, and the earliest one that you can farm is near the Rampart Jail side of Grace in Castle Morn. Just across the bridge from the Rampart Jail side of Grace, there will be a sleeping misbegotten that can easily be farmed for the axe. And switching things up a little bit here, I have the Executioner's Great Axe with Fire Affinity and Eruption. And with a name like the Executioner's Great Axe, you would expect something unique about this weapon, but sadly, there's no unique attacks, there's no unique properties. However, just because this weapon is basic, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. But then the Ash of War Eruption has an initial swing down, and then a lift up, which then leaves magma on the ground, which can cause some chip damage. Eruption is a very, very fun Ash of War to use on great axes. Oh yeah, and the Executioner's Great Axe actually is the longest great axe in the game. Nice. Wait, what the hell? Hold on. Wait, can a greatsword tank a great axe? I am so confused, but hey, good fight. And this is actually another great axe that you're going to have to farm for. It has a 4% chance to drop from the skeletons that use it. I know that there is one specifically in the graveyard near the lake-facing cliff side of Grace, and another one that is northeast of the Church of the Plague. Okay, now it is time to really turn things up a notch. Here I have not one, but two great Omenkiller Cleavers, both with Occult Affinity and Sword Dance. And as you can see, we get over 100 bleed buildup on both of these bad boys. And I gotta say, for a weapon class that is a bit larger than others, this Power Stance moveset is still plenty fast. And I like how both of the weapons hit at once, as opposed to the normal axe Power Stance moveset, where one axe just hits one right after the other. But no, with dual great axes, you are going to feel like an absolute menace, I promise you. Oh, and fun fact about this weapon, whenever you get it, the Ash of War that comes on it is Wild Strikes, which is very fun on heavier weapons. I would highly recommend it. Now let's make a deal here. I go ahead and clobber this man, and you smash that subscribe. Oh, wow. I mean, they straight up just got two-tapped. And it's actually very fitting that I chose to Power Stance this weapon specifically, because you can get two great Omenkiller Cleavers in one playthrough. One is a guaranteed drop from the Omenkiller in Perfumer's Grotto, while the other one is also a guaranteed drop from the Omenkiller in Volcano Manor. For all of you who are fans of occult weapons, definitely go get this. Now, I'm not really sure what to say about this next weapon, besides it's a great axe that does pierce damage, and it's not even an axe, it's a fucking anchor. This is the Rusted Anchor, and I'm going with Heavy Affinity and Lion's Claw. And just looking at this weapon, one might assume that it has a unique moveset, except it doesn't. It is just the normal great axe moveset. There is literally nothing unique about this weapon besides the fact it's an anchor, and the fact that it does pierce damage, which makes it so the spear talisman works with it. So I guess that's unique as well. And Lion's Claw looks especially goofy on this thing because, you know, it's an anchor. And I also figured, why not give this old rusty dusty anchor a little bit of shine with some holy grease. Did I mention that this is an anchor? Okay, now I'm thinking about the great axes that we still need to get to. And there is one in particular that I really just don't understand at all. You guys are gonna see what I mean. Oh my lord. Well, good fight. And yeah, there you have it. That is the Rusted Anchor. A very, very fun weapon to use. Very funny looking, but also kind of menacing in its own way. If you ever see somebody running around with an anchor, that is somebody who fears nothing, and you should probably get away from them. And all you got to do to get this weapon is head to the Weeping Peninsula, go to Morn Tunnel, and you will get it after defeating the Scaly Misbegotten boss at the end of the tunnel. For Great Axe number 7, here I have the Butchering Knife. I have Lightning Affinity and Lightning Slash for the Ash of War. And I'm just gonna say it right now, I feel like this almost belongs in the curved greatsword weapon class, not the great axe class. I mean, even though it does look smooth with the great axe light attack string, but then this weapon has a heavy attack string that 2 of the curved greatswords actually have. It is the guillotine style move. And actually, if you do hit somebody with Lightning Slash, and then do an uncharged heavy, it can true combo. Oh yeah, and all the weapons that have this style of heavy attack string, like this person right here, you get these unique jumping heavies as well. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Disco Crab. All right, here, come on. Oh, god. Heavy attack battle. Let's get it. Oh. Oh. Oh shit. Oh, no, no, no. Oh god, that's not good. You almost got me there, Disco Crab. That was sus. Okay, let me get into another fight. Well, and there is the true combo in action. Good fight. And listen, I will use literally any weapon that has this heavy attack string. The guillotine style attacks are so fun to use, especially when paired with Lightning Slash. Absolutely insane damage potential. And you get this from the final time that you fight Anastasia, the Tarnished Eater, which occurs in the Consecrated Snowfield. For the next 2 axes, I'm actually going to do these back to back because they kind of belong in the same weapon family. One is the Gargoyle's Great Axe. I'm going with Heavy Affinity and Cragblade. Then the other is actually a somber weapon. It is the Gargoyle's Black Axe. And sadly, you are stuck with Warcry for your Ash of War. Both of these are the shortest of the Great Axe weapon class, and both of these weapons have the exact same moveset, and it is just the basic Great Axe moveset. And I know I say this literally every single time I use a black Gargoyle weapon, but these weapons are 100% unfinished. It's an enchanted weapon. Why do you get no unique Ash of War or like unique property or anything like that? It's really, really strange to me, and this seems to be a common theme with the black Gargoyle weapons. What's good, Ever Since? Okay, you just seem ready to go. I respect it. Oh, damn it. Hold on, let me get Cragblade. Hey, good fight, Ever Since. All right, now let's get into a fight with the enchanted one. I mean, honestly, does this even qualify as an enchanted weapon? Yay, Warcry. Oh, what? Wait, what the hell? Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's really not good. Mill him. Please have mercy. Oh, God, not the fan daggers. Why'd you have to do it, Mill him? Why? And at this point, I just find the Gargoyle weapons kind of boring. Just everything about these weapons is just kind of meh. I mean, the strength scaling is good on the normal one, but I mean, that's really it. Let's just move on. Well, I guess what I should say is let's move on to probably the most underused weapon in the entire game, the Winged Greathorn. This is an enchanted weapon, and it does come with a unique Ash of War, and it's called Soul Stifler. So you use it, and you get this area of effect. It only lasts for approximately 10 seconds. and any enemy that steps within this zone gets debuffed, so they take 15% increased damage, and it does stack with Frostbite, which is pretty cool. However, it does not stack with Shriek of Milos, and sadly this is another Great Axe with no unique attacks. And just based on the Ash of War, it's kind of easy to tell why this weapon is so underused. Like, it really just feels like this weapon has no practical use, at least the Ash of War. Oh my god, the Pumpkin Warrior. This is actually so sick. I love it. Come on, dude, just let me debuff you. Come on. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, they're debuffed. Let's go. We get increased damage now. That's so awesome. I've always wanted specifically 15% increased damage on my opponents. I mean, it's not like a terrible debuff, I guess, but it is just very slow. Good fight. Also, I just love your whole look and your build. Honestly, a 10 out of 10. And yeah, I really don't know what to say about this weapon. I think it is more of a PvE weapon. I could see the debuff being useful like against a crowd of mobs. You could maybe try it in an invasion, but I don't know. I feel like you just get lit up because you get no damage reduction or hyper armor while you're doing the Ash of War. Yeah, I don't know, dude. This weapon just seems kind of mediocre. And to get this weapon, you have to defeat the Regal Ancestor Spirit boss in Nokrin. Once you defeat it, you'll get its remembrance, and then you can take it to this woman right here, where you can then get the winged Greathorn. And finally, the last Great Axe of the day, the Axe of Godrick. And its unique Ash of War, I command thee, kneel. And just like the last one, this is another remembrance weapon. Once you defeat Godrick the Grafted at Stormvale Castle, you can then take his remembrance to, again, this woman, and trade it in for the axe. And you remember the Crescent Moon Axe that had the wide sweeping heavy attacks? Well, the Axe of Godrick actually has the exact same heavy attack string. And then the Ash of War, command thee, kneel, has 2 stages. The first is a double slam, and then the last is a bigger slam. And all right, our final opponent, who is this? Okay, I'm not sure what your name is, but hello. Oh, dude, I love that animation. Any weapon art that knocks people up into the air like that, I just love. Hey, good fight. And if I have one word to describe the Axe of Godrick, it's funny. And all right, guys, it is currently 2:41 a.m. in the morning, and I am very, very tired. And overall, I do think that Great Axes are pretty enjoyable to use. You're going to get solid damage out of them. The movesets aren't half bad either. I wouldn't necessarily put them in the upper echelon of weapon classes, but they are definitely solid. Go ahead and comment down below what your favorite or least favorite Great Axe is. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and if you want to know when new videos drop, make sure to hit that noti bell as well. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one. You goober.